Hey Pamela, how you doing? Hey Cable Trucking. Hey little Sarah, how you doing? Hey Jim. Oh yeah, I am. Yes, I am today. I got thinking about this, and I definitely am. You will be too. Hey Ollie. Hey Sandy, how you doing? Well, I'll tell you because it's just you lay around sometimes, you get thinking about things, and just kind of like pops into your mind. Well, it happened to me today, and really the way it started out is somebody said, you might want to look at some comments that are left for Rebecca. They're insensitive. And as I was reading the comments, I realized as I was going down through them, it's all white people. And it's white people that are just off the charts, rude, just like say anything they want. And I get thinking about my YouTube experience in general, and I get thinking about, popular interviews, people that I interact with now. And the black people have been zero problems. Actually, it's responsible for a lot of me getting on the map on YouTube. Angel is an example. I don't think if I'd have had Angel, who was black, early on, my channel would have took off like it did. Probably one of the best people I've ever interviewed was Kelvin, happens to be black. A popular person now is Ebony, who happens to be black. But when I look at all these hate channels that pop up and all these people that cause me problems, it's these white, crazy, entitled idiots that just think that they can get on there. It's never black people. Not that I know of. Now, that's not to say that I haven't got them. It's never Hispanic. And I'm basing this, basing it on their avatar and communicating with them. If you look and you go up and down and you look at the constant barrage of rude, insensitive comments talking down to people, it's 99% of the time white people. Now, you can argue, well, that's most of the people that are watching. Well, I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just telling you. My experience from these hate channels to these goofy loons that are trying to get my channel taken down to the problems that I have. When you pigeonhole everything by race, that's my biggest problem. I don't think it's a coincidence. It's embarrassing. I mean, I'm serious, man. Yeah, it really is. And, I never really thought of it that way because I really wasn't looking for it. But you look at, the comments that are left for these women, the way I try and stay on them and remove them as soon as I can, the way they talk about women on the street and drug addicts. And just look at how this goof with the one channel talks about working women. Just a derogatory pig that should have been thrown off the internet the day she went on it. And that other fucking lunatic that has no life. I got a survey by YouTube last night, and it was Let Us Have It was the title of it. Man, I did let them have it too. I sure did. Any corporation that would allow a platform for these fucking social misfits to be out there, something's wrong with them. They can't police their own monsters. I gave them an absolute 0 for having trust in them and 0 for any integrity of policing behavior on the internet. It's the truth. Oh yeah, it's just so many, there's a lot of good people out there, but you just read these comments. You don't even read most of the rude ones that I get because I delete them. And that includes emails too. Oh, big time. They don't do anything. Yeah, but there are FTC guidelines that are starting to bite them in the ass now. They just got fined $170 million for thinking that all you got to do is provide a platform. Not anymore. Yeah, Kay, you're right. No, that's exactly right. Never hold a job. That's exactly right. That's so true. And another thing too, I was thinking as I was thinking of these things this morning, and when you're down there on Michigan Avenue, I can honestly say that race isn't even a consideration. Just from my observation, Ebony is treated just like everybody else. She has relationship with the women just like everybody else. I mean, not that this can't happen someplace else, but nobody seems to care about that down there. I mean, nowadays, economic levels are basically what separate people, not race. But it's nice to see that she's welcomed and, not discriminated against, and people like her. And she's got her issues, but she's a sweetheart. Oh, thank you, Lisa. I appreciate it. You know who called me this morning? Danette called me, and she was so happy. She said that she never thought in a million years that people would have positive things to say about her. And she's really thinking she can get her life together. I mean, I'm not like perfect at this, I just like do what I can, and it seems like even if everything worked out the greatest, it'll never be 100%, that's for sure. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. You can't win, if I give them clothes, they sell the clothes. If I give them money, they buy more drugs. If I give them food, they give it away. It's just like never ends. I've seen these people buy things with the money they got. Now, I know that it doesn't all go for that. And you can say what you want, but if somebody decides to give $50 to Maddie and Gerald, that's not me giving it to them, that's someone else. No, yeah, you better speak lightly.
Huh?
Speak lightly, because they'll probably hear you.
Oh, well then I can't.
Oh, you can't say it? Oh, you can?
Yeah.
All right, hang on.
Later.
Here, I'll put it over here. Yeah, she's the one that's trying to get me kicked off YouTube. And she's nuts. I got two of them.
Can you do anything about it?
Not really. I report her and stuff like that, but it doesn't do any good. She's crazy as hell.
And then she got halfway through the one and then she got cut off, and I'm like, no good.
Yeah. Nuts. Yeah, that was a here wanted to know that did I know there was a lunatic on YouTube trying to get my channel kicked off, and is there anything she can do? It's like nah. Yeah, Emily, I appreciate it, but I mean, I know mine is half-assed as you can get. I know this, but like I said, I never planned on anointing myself to heaven based on, just having an interest and wanting to hear their stories. I mean, don't forget, it just started out as like interviews. And people say, well, I'd like to give so-and-so $50 or a pair of boots, so I'll be down there, so I handed it out. If it wasn't for the viewers on YouTube, I probably never would have been getting boots and gloves and cans of food. I just don't think I would have. I mean, I was kind of like sticking to the interviews, and it wasn't the greatest, wasn't any kind of solution, but that's what it was. I mean, my old mantra used to be that I didn't want to be the old white guy with the hot chocolate and the Bible. I still don't. I mean, if I had my druthers, I would just do interviews, but it's kind of turned into something else just because of viewers' kindness, and I'm fine with it, Yeah, Matthias, there's certainly an argument for that. But I have watched people pay for things and buy things with the money they've got. Not always. I don't give money with strings attached. You know, I don't like those Timbits, to tell you the truth. Yeah, that's right, Sherry. That's what I should do. You know, I got a buddy of mine that he donates a lot of money to this stuff. We live in Atlanta. And it's hard not wanting to wring the neck of a couple of these people sometimes. He always reminds me to get back on track, but it just sucks to see someone base their whole channel on a bunch of lies. People are rotten. Hey, Tweety. No, I'm saying, Jake, that the white people are my problem. They're the ones with the hate channels. They're the ones that leave the nasty comments. Hey, Matt, how you doing? Yeah, Blue. That's because, I mean, that's kind of corny. I know it was more or less of a joke with Maddie and Gerald, but it's better off giving them a big hug and telling them to buy as much heroin as they can. Hey, John, how you doing? You know what I really wish? What I really wish is that the viewers could just deal with these people themselves. Take me out of the equation. That would be great. No, I knew it was a numbers game with regard to the majority of people. But if you look at a numbers game on my YouTube, you know, my biggest stars are black. Calvin, Ebony, Angel. My biggest problems are white. Channels, rude comments, making up bullshit, lying to the cops, filing false police reports. You see that bird out there? That's a raven. See how much bigger it is than a crow? You probably can't tell. Ravens are really interesting birds. See them? See how big it is? The way you can tell the difference between a raven and a crow is the top beak is a lot bigger, and it looks like they just crawled out of bed. Their feathers are all ruffled and stuff. They look disheveled. Yeah, cable trucking, I hope we do. Hope we do. Today is, as I said, opening day for gun deer hunting season. Hey, Tweety. Hey, I happened to catch a comment this morning. Some damn, it's kind of like a Dutch last name, Van Heusen or something like that. First she was knocking she's been on a long time. But she's knocking my photography, and then she's knocking about the money. So when I went to block her and ban her comments, I noticed on her channel as I clicked block that she was on that goddamn viewer support thing. I should have got rid of her a long time ago. Kind of looks like maybe mixed, you know, had a bad plastic surgery job on her face. I should have known that bitch was a spy a long time ago. Oh, really, Magic One? Hey, Pamela. So if you notice nasty comments and stuff about these women, anything negative like that, let me know about it, because I don't catch them all. Yeah, Barbara Von something, yeah. I can't believe she got by this long with being allowed to post. Fucking idiot. Yeah, you know, Tweety, I don't know if you were on yesterday, but that is true, you know. You know, when I decide to make someone a moderator, not that it's a big deal. I mean, you know, I trust him, and I don't want to micromanage him, but I have been getting a lot of emails about people getting banned, and they didn't think they should. I think one thing that happened is that people are banned accidentally when some of the moderators are looking at their channel on their phone and they're swiping it across and it's blocking them or deleting their comments accidentally. Because I really don't want anybody to get banned because they have a differing opinion. I just don't want them being like, vulgar and hateful and making derogatory comments towards the women, or just, there's a basic form of etiquette you have to have. And if you don't have it, when you're going to get kicked off. And there's a certain type personality out there, and that's their hobby, is getting on chats and seeing how long they can be rude before they get kicked off. I mean, from time to time I get emails and asking me if I could reinstate someone, which I don't mind doing depending on what it's for. I mean, this isn't like that big a deal. We're just trying to keep it civil and decent and not have people get their feelings hurt. Oh, that's cool. No, I never eat at McDonald's, hardly ever. I don't think anything at McDonald's is any good anymore. Oh, you like birds too, Stella? Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, that's the way I like it, Karen. All these women, pretty much all of them, they find a way to read their comments left for them on YouTube. And they have enough self-esteem problems and issues that they don't need to hear some rotten son of a bitch talking bad about them. See, they closed school up here today for deer hunting day. Can you believe it? I think I got some kind of arthritis or something. Fibromyalgia or some shit like that. Yeah, they closed school for deer hunting. Yeah, that's the way I look at it, Mike. Yeah, I don't, their chicken tastes funny to me, McDonald's chicken. It almost tastes like it was boiled. Yeah, closing school for deer hunting. Can you believe that? Now, do you guys, I got to check that Cash App thing out tonight. Those different Cash Apps. Is there any way those women could get those? Or do you like to have ID and legit everything? Yeah, Tim, I'll look on that because I get a thing through my AOL. Actually, I did get that. What I do is sometimes I don't pay attention to them every day. I'll go through them and print them out. And did you have a specific person you wanted that to go to? Yeah, no, I didn't even know about it. And I've been living up here 8 years. You see kids, the dropout rate and stuff like that is high up north. I mean, you can't base it on like when I was a kid. If you were out of school during the week, everybody wanted to know why. Up here, it's like I see it all the time. Hey, Lisa, sorry about your laptop getting stolen. Did you get it? Find it? Did you get it back or not really? Yeah, me either, Cable. Yeah, ravens are fascinating birds, you're right. I've been out in the middle of nowhere out here. You can see it's all woods for miles. I'll see an old raven just hanging out by himself, looking around for something to eat. There's a pair that I see, which I see that often, up on Fairview, where I take Daisy walking sometimes, and I see them a lot together. But not usually they're solitary birds. Hey Sandy, if you email me your address, I'll send you that book on heroin. Yeah, I think that's a good idea, Tweety. That's a good idea. Oh, that's good, Lisa. Lisa, you gonna think you'll get your laptop back or no way? Yeah. Yeah, good luck on that depression. I know all about that. No, it's a good book. I'll post the name of the author and stuff later. Hey, chosen one, number one. How you doing? Did you really? We have some of those around here, Reeby. One guy just paid like $7 million for one. Yeah, I just wouldn't enjoy hunting. It wouldn't be fun to me at all. Especially when animals are in their breeding season, man. I mean, leave it to humans to like want to kill something during their mating season. It is so bad. Hey, Mark. Yeah, you know any good accounting software? I had that QuickBooks, but I'm not like a legit business. You got any ideas where I could start doing that? Yeah, that's how I am. Yeah, I'm still legally married. I haven't lived with my wife in like 21 years. No, never kid. I never wanted any kids, to tell you the truth. My wife lives with her boyfriend down in Florida. Oh, she's lucky? In what way? Yeah, you're sorry that I don't live with her though, but she's lucky, huh? You know, why would you think she's lucky? Hey, Bruce, what's going on? Oh, yeah, all right. Yeah, depression's a bitch, man. I've certainly had my problems with that, but you know, I think I got something else going on, man. I am so damn tired and like sore. I've had this before, but not quite this bad. Yeah, it's hard to say, really. I don't think everybody's out to get me, but to deny that there are people out there that that there isn't anybody, that wouldn't be right either. These fuckers are filing false police reports and trying to get the Detroit police to pull me over and all sorts of shit. So why wouldn't I want to acknowledge that? Yeah. Yeah, I probably should. Yeah, man, I hope it's not getting older. Yeah, I worry. I hope that's not it. No, I wouldn't say they take the joy out of what I do. Not much of it, anyway. Yeah, I mentioned this before. You never know when you go down there. Like, you got an idea in mind of who you're going to interview and what you're going to talk about. And I thought Amanda would be a good interview, and Coco turned out to be a great interview. But I wasn't really interested in interviewing Danette. She just seemed like she didn't really want to do it. And, it was just a bad time. I did it because, Miranda really wanted to do an interview, even though we're kind of interviewed out and kind of rushed it. But as it turns out, she's tickled to death that people are happy for her and want her to succeed. She called me this morning. We talked for about 5 minutes. And things are looking up for her. So, you just never really know. Another 3 or 4 seconds and under different circumstances, and I would have never talked to her. It's funny how that works out. Yeah, Baker, it's not quite that easy. I mean, I'm familiar with that, and you have to prove damages and all that. To me, I think YouTube's just as liable. This has been reported to them hundreds of times, and they still allow a platform like that. You go on there today and you do a similar website about Jews or blacks or anything like that, and I guarantee it'd be off the internet by noon. But they can go on there and make up all this false shit about me, and everybody complains about it, and they don't do a thing. It is harassment, I agree. Oh, sorry about that, Sandy. I mean, there is an element of truth to that, Sandy. I mean, some of these people, and it's hard to verbalize, but they'd be better off dead than alive. I mean, people in chronic pain or... God, man. Sorry about that. No, I mean, that's how crazy they are. Like, a serial killer is going to be... And they make up these total lies. That I just can't believe the people that buy into that. Although if you look at their subscribers, those are pretty much 99% of the people that have been thrown off here. So they have no place else to go. There was a place that contacted me, kind of like does things for like homeless, and I kind of checked it out. They're over off Werner Highway. They wanted me to come down there, meet them, but they do mainly stuff for like illegal immigrants and stuff like that, which good for them. You need a place like that, but it didn't really seem to fit in line with what I want to do. I don't really want to do anything different than what I'm already doing, to tell you the truth, other than have a place down there where I could do interviews. Yeah, it's so funny, Jake, that you say that on the Danette interview, because as I was doing it, I'm thinking, man, I got to get out of here. I didn't really want to interview her, and I'm glad that I did. Yeah, I mean, Becky's a straight shooter. Becky is actually pretty sharp. When you get her, you're not dicking around. She's really a very sensitive person. Becky is a kind person. I mean, I know what she's doing, but in a weird way, she's got like a lot of street integrity. Let me give you just a little example of of how things are. An example of this. About a week ago, one of these kooks were on there talking nasty about her. One of the people that's a subscriber came on and said that he had noticed Becky. We were wondering if she was still alive. It was the morning after those cops had pulled over and talked to me. Because I hadn't heard from her, and I thought it was odd that she didn't text me later and say, hey, it was no big deal, don't worry about it. But I didn't hear from her the next day. Well, the next day, one of the subscribers saw her walking down Michigan Avenue. And she was worried that, there's some weirdo out there stalking her that watches the videos. And how would anybody normal know where she was at 8:30 in the morning? And I thought to myself, you're right about that. I mean, it's not that it means that it's going to be a serial killer, but, that would be in the back of your mind. Here, people are seeing you at 8:30 in the morning, and you're not communicating with them. A little strange. Anyway, long and short of it is, it turns out this guy is a big shot in security down in Detroit. That's the guy that saw her. So I just found this out like a couple of days ago, and I called Becky and I said, you remember you were saying that guy saw you? She said, yeah, I do. It's been on my mind ever since. I said, well, it's actually a guy. It's like really got a good job in a security company. He said, oh, thank God you told me. She said, I was really thinking about that. She said, I was walking back from the Crest that morning. Well, I tell you guys all the time where the Crest is at. That's about a 5.5 mile walk in the cold from a date she has. And that's one thing you'll notice with these working women. They'll walk to the other side of the world, but they are not going to blow that money from a date on a cab ride or a Lyft ride. No way in hell. So that's when he saw her, when she was walking back home, which is about 20 minutes to mile. We're talking about an hour and a half walk home after a date at the Crest. And I think, God, you'd think you'd be so down and depressed, and you got that whole walk back to think about what you're doing. Not old Becky. She snapped right out of it, was back out there again the same day. So she's a tough person in a lot of ways, Becky is. She's a good person in a lot of ways. I know she's got her faults, but I mean, honestly, a lot of those women, I mean, when I'm talking to them, how can you not like Becky? I don't, you wouldn't have been timed out, hey Arlene. I don't think they're timing people out for nothing. Do you guys, whoever timed this guy out, do you know why you did? Did he say something? I mean, I think Becky likes me, but I don't think, believe me, you guys, there's no romance going on. To this day, with any of the women that I've interviewed, not one time has there been a joke or a half-off offer, or I really owe you a free one. Never, ever, not once, which I'm happy for. It's not even joked. It's not like in, my normal life where you're flirting or you're joking or something like that. It's never happened with any of these women. Not one time. Actually, when I first got down there, Ebby and I sat and had dinner for about 40 minutes. An excellent conversation. I would say that would be probably like my top 10 conversations with a woman, just having a nice conversation. I'm telling you, man, these people are rich in a lot of ways. Yeah, you might be right on that, LA. If he seems like one of these people that, always is testing the waters with bullshit, just get rid of him. Yeah, it's a tough life. It sure is, man. I think what makes me think about it, is just that women, they lose their edge on femininity. It cuts them off with being able to have a place to do their makeup right and have nice clothes and, forget about having something dry clean, stuff like that. You go down there now that it's warmed up a little bit around Michigan Avenue. I mean, you need damn, waders up to your waist to keep from getting soaked. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, resourcefulness, that's the truth. Jim and I were talking about the other day that, and he's actually, Jim is a really sharp guy. I'm so glad I met him, and I would have never met him had I not interviewed Monica. And I am so thankful that I know Tassie. As I said, Tassie called, we talked for about 10 minutes. And actually, right into the conversation, I said to Tassie, I said, I want to let you know, Jim is a good friend of yours. She said, I know that. She said, yeah, I hang out with him and stuff. He's a good guy. She said, I already know that. I'll tell you, Tassie is a pleasure to talk to. When she's not on drugs, Tassie is the wittiest, funniest, shit-talking, real person you'll ever meet in your life. And she called because she wants to come to the Christmas Eve dinner, which is like made my day. Tassie is really, she's been out there working the streets since she was 14, 15 years old. Boy, she just keeps on trucking though. She's got a midnight job working fast food. I mean, I feel like I'm so lucky to talk to these people. Yeah, Tassie, I'm gonna just, I think I'll give Tassie a big bonus and just interview her straight up. She deserves it. I'll tell you what Tassie's been through, and you don't want to know. No, that's the same way I am, Sean. That's the same way I am about Tassie. Oh yeah, I'll do a live when I'm down there. Yep, that's for sure. I will. Oh, Tassie would be the greatest at a party. Absolutely the greatest. Tassie is witty as hell, man. She is so funny, Tassie. She can take like an hour conversation and condense it down to like 3 minutes long. Yeah, Mike, I'm the same way with her. I'm the same way with Tassie. Yeah, I don't really do that much. I mean, a little bit, Like I said, I don't take credit for anything I do because it's really not that big a deal. I'm just as interested as you guys are. Only difference between me and you is I'm going out there and interviewing them, but that's about it. That's why I get lost sometimes and ask the same question over. It's because I'm like trying to like enjoy this interview while I'm thinking of questions. Yeah, Australia is nice. Oh, yeah. Oh, but as I was saying, Jim and I were talking, and, as he said, Homeland Security needs to get these street women, all these working girls, and they need to have them interview spies and look at facial recognition. These women are absolute experts. There is no one in this world that can size a person up faster than Rebecca and Tassie. I mean, they got to make like Jim said, a decision in about a half a second, whether this guy just wants a head job or he's going to chop him up into little pieces. And that's a huge decision to make. And they do it all day long for years. They got to interact with the cops, fend off the businesses that don't want them. You better believe it. These women are experts at recognizing flaws in human behavior, including their own, which is why they're so brutally honest. Hell yeah, they need to can everybody in the State Department and the Justice Department that's worried about spies, and let me get Ebony and Tassie and Rebecca, and let me put these people in a room with them, and I'll tell you exactly what these people are up to in about 5 minutes. and who's real and who's not. You better believe it, life-saving tactics, you got that. Shit, these girls, there's plenty of girls. You listen to Lacey, you listen to Rebecca. These girls down there have been raped 50 times. Didn't report any of them. Could imagine what that does to you. Yeah, street wisdom. That's true. That's where they got this whole thing ass backwards with this drug prevention, all this bullshit. The irony of the whole thing is if I take Tassie and I take Rebecca and I take Ebony and whoever else down there that I know, and I'll take them around to a damn school, and I'll have these women talk to these classes of kids that are starting to head down the wrong road, I guarantee you could hear a pin drop when any of them decide to talk about anything. And even though their lives turned out the way they did, they don't want it happening to anybody else. I'm serious. I could get Rebecca, Tassie, and Ebony, and I'll take them to a school and just give me an hour, no formal lecture bullshit, just questions and answers and introducing themselves. And we'll see these kids' reactions to what they have to say. It's the same kind that we have. You're a young kid, you're impressionable, and you're deciding to, fool around with drugs and alcohol and a developing brain. Well, let me listen to these three people that have been there. As far as I'm concerned, you could get Rebecca, you could get Tassie, and you could get Ebony and pay them $100,000 a year, and everywhere they went and spoke, they'd still be getting a deal. Coco too. That's exactly right. Coco too. They'd still be getting a bargain. And it'd be different than scared straight because, an incorrigible kid, they get wise to this shit. This guy isn't going to really touch me. He isn't going to kill me. He isn't going to beat my ass. But you go in there and it's just a nice, civil questions and answer with Rebecca, Tassie, Ebony, and Coco. No yelling, screaming, threats. None of that. Just get those answers right there from those people. See how that sticks in their mind. Yeah, they're smart women. That's exactly right. Yeah, I don't think it does any good anyway. Oh, really, JB? Huh. Yeah, they have a lot of potential. That's exactly right. It's just there's a huge gap between where they're at now and where they should be. There's not much middle ground. Yeah, YouTube, and I don't blame them. Now you're gonna need two parents and security guard for a kid under 18 to watch a YouTube video. It's going there. Jake, how's that medication working out for you? Magic Wand, we're actually going to a 24-hour Coney, so probably nothing. Good, so Jake, you would say that you're for sure that it's helping you. Because I realized this morning that, overall my internet experience, that it's white people causing me all the problems. They're the ones with the hate channel, filing the false police reports, leaving the rude comments about the girls. It's 99.9% of my problems. Yeah, well, you wouldn't if you had a YouTube channel like mine. Not if you had a brain cell that was firing. Oh, good, Jake. Yeah, and you haven't been on it that long, so good. Good for you. They'll have to titrate the dose, get it just right. There's a chance that that stuff can go away, too. Like Sprinkler Ninja. Like Sprinkler Ninja's gonna go away. Did you see how Sprinkler Ninja went away? I think it would, Okie Graham. No, I'm not talking about... I don't want to get in this stupid dialogue. There are lots of good white people. You're missing the entire point. I can't, dumb this down any simpler. Yeah, he's gone now. I can't dumb it down any lower, LA. This other guy says there's lots of good white people. Oh, my God. Why don't we just break out the coloring book now and everybody color their favorite page? So yeah, that's what I'd like to do. I would like to, get that lined up with these women. I mean, in Tassie's case, if she'd be a deal at $100,000 a year going around to a school system. If you took Tassie and Rebecca and Coco and Ebony, and you just use them in a tri-county area, Macomb, Oakland, and Wayne, and you paid them all $100,000 a year to do a talk every day, and you could some way gauge, what it did and didn't do over the life of a child in the school system. Follow-ups, interviews, they'd still be getting a deal. You're going to have to scroll back through the comments and you'll figure it out. Yeah, Coco's sharp. I mean, Coco seems like someone that would be on radio or journalism some kind of way. I'm telling you, it's a fine line between where Coco's at and where she should be. Yeah, Marguerite would be good. Marguerite, I'll tell you, her health really took a turn for the worst. Hey, Rad Dog, go back and read the comments. You'll figure it out. There you go, Steve. That's it, Sherry, yeah. Oh, was she really, Robin? Which one, Sheila? Yeah, Maddie's cool. I mentioned this before, but with everything, they do focus groups where you'll expose to a group of people, whatever, whether it's plastic dining room furniture to new cars to movies to songs on the radio. Focus groups determine what a company's going to stick a bunch of money into to market. And I knew a couple guys that own those companies in Chicago. They're usually in big cities. They pay you $100 cash, probably $200 now, to come on and give your honest opinion on what's going on. Well, anyway, here's my point. Is I knew through knowing these guys and experiencing, a couple of those groups and, realizing what their business was like and that kind of thing, you get an idea on what sells and what's popular on a large scale. And you're not going to beat Marilyn, Gerald and Maddie and Rebecca for internet popularity. It just got what it is. It's just a culmination of things that are hard to explain, but they definitely Gerald and Maddie. It's not irrelevant. It's just my experience, my internet experience, and where 99.9% of my problems are. You know, I'm lucky enough to be a white guy, so I can say that. No, Okie Graham, it's a complete and total waste of time. Yeah, Sean, that's exactly right. Actually, I know two guys that owned them in Chicago, and they made an absolute ton of money. Both lived in, like, you know, super nice condos they owned, and had kick-ass, brand new $100,000 cars. It was a lucrative business. I don't know if it's still like that or not. It's pretty good, Clint. Yep, it's pretty good today. Yep. All right, Aaron, take care. Have a good day. Well, I mean, you know, my little experience in this, you know, people with drug addiction is there's a reason why they take the drugs. That's the big problem. I can't believe somebody would drive one of these Dodge, Ram, whatever the hell it is, Hemi cars. They're the worst car in the snow. Handicap sticker. I always like to see that, a sports car and a handicap sticker. Rad Dog, I can tell right now that there's not enough hours in the day to explain this to you. The Charger, yeah, okay. No, I've got it well thought out. I got it nailed 100%. I thought about it before I posted it. Yeah, they are the absolute worst vehicle in the world in the snow. Yeah, you might be right on that, Larry. You might be right. I'll ask her when she comes in. It's a cool looking design. I'll tell you though, I look at these things driving, I still think the Camaro looks the best out of all of them. And some of the Mustangs. Oh, thank you, Nubian. It's from screaming a week ago trying to get my wireless printer to print. It hasn't quite went away. Way to go, Mel. Why not? If you can get in and out of the damn thing. No, the Camaros are, it's just a, you know, old designs. Looks just as cool today as it did when they came out. I will say that I notice sometimes on those Chargers, when they have the V8 in them, they really sound good when they're like just doing like 60 miles an hour and they pass you. I'm assuming that's tuned exhaust. I'm not 100% certain. Oh man, I mean, I tell it like it is, man. I mean, I do have a temper sometimes. And that particular day, I knew the damn microphone was on. But the damn part-time substitute FedEx driver had 2 boxes. It was raining. She left 1 box on my porch because it was heavy, and then ran over to the neighbors and forgot about mine. It got soaked with a bunch of books. So I freaked the hell out because just as I thought then, and I know now, it was just a bunch of paperwork bullshit, and none of it was my fault. You know, when you're tired and stuff like that, like you're not feeling the greatest, like little things seem monumental. You just can't seem to get certain things done, and dealing with a claim on something that I had absolutely nothing to do with, I was not in the mood for. 3 hours, Colin. I've done it in 2.5, but usually 3. Congratulations, Ashley. Congratulations. Yeah, Chevy Nova. The Novas look good. There's a guy down the street from me in high school that had a Nova jacked up and chrome rims. Really looks sharp. So did some of the old Caprices. I mean, back then you could take a family car or Impalas and really make them look nice with good rims and tires. That a girl, okay, that's my girl. Make sure you take up 2 spaces when you pull in someplace. Yeah, go. Remember the Duster 340s? I don't really care about it that much. I'm gonna ask this lady if it's a 6 or an 8. Okay, Larry, I'm gonna see if you know your cars or not. I'm gonna have to go up and ask her. Yeah, I'm gonna ask her. Yeah, I know the state cop cars, they are all-wheel drive now. They're still crappy on snow, though. You know, because, most people don't want to spring, those low-profile tires for these high-performance cars are super expensive. Now, that doesn't, you're probably right, Larry, that doesn't have the really good tires on it. But these people that buy these cars, they don't mind what the car costs, but it just kills them to buy a set of dedicated winter tires only because they're so damn expensive. So they're always trying to get by with their all-season tires, which just don't cut it on an icy, snowy road. Yeah, you're right, Larry. That's it. Yeah. Oh, a V6 wouldn't have the hood scoop? As soon as she comes out of the bathroom, I'm going to go ask her. Yeah, they're coming up with better medications for it, Humira, Enbrel, that kind of stuff. Oh, really, Amanda? Yeah, you're right, Larry. That's what I say. They don't want to spring for winter-only tires, But as I said, it's kind of this shit that I'm dealing with now, but 10 years ago I had it too. It kind of comes and goes. And I went on an Enbrel and I went on Humira as well. As a matter of fact, I put videos up on how to inject them both. Kind of a different way, because people complain it hurt. The first time I shot that Enbrel, man, about the next morning I woke up with shingles. Have you ever had shingles? It lowers your immune system, that kind of thing. Man, those damn things hurt. I'm going to ask this lady right now. Hold on. Well, you're not going to believe it, sweetheart of a lady, and very nice. And that car is 10 years old. It's a 6, and that's an aftermarket. Shannon, you can get a hold of me at Tom, T-O-M, Reed, R-E-E-D, 1956 at gmail.com. Yeah, Humira, yep. Yeah, like, I don't listen, as I've gotten older, I don't hardly listen to any music at all. I don't even listen to my radio driving down the road and thinking of things. So really none. I mean, I can tell you like my favorites. I go through YouTube. I watched about an hour and a half of music the other night. Led Zeppelin. I like some old Steely Dan. I was a David Bowie fan. Jeff Beck. I like the old Rick Ashley songs. Popular songs, but I'm not really into music that much. I haven't been to a concert in probably, 20 years. The last concert I saw was about 10 years ago in Ann Arbor. Who's that guy that did the Year of the Cat? Was it Al Stewart? And I just happened to be there, and tickets were on sale, and they had some seats left, so I bought one. It was actually a good show. You know what turns me off on those concerts? I had it happen to Elton John as well. They use the same jokes everywhere they go. I saw Elton John one time in 2 cities, like Cincinnati and Detroit, and it was the same exact everything. And I noticed that with Al Stewart based on an uploaded concert someone did. And hey Larry, this lady also puts winter tires on here. She puts winter tires on here. If you look, you can't probably tell here, but there's a shade difference in the hood and the other part. The Year of the Cat. I like Cat Stevens, but if you look at his comments, that son of a bitch did have terrorist ties. I wouldn't walk across the street to see Cat Stevens now. He tried to recant later. He's a bright, articulate, great songwriter, but I was done with that shitbag after he made those comments. Fuck that. Yeah, I've seen Elton John probably 10 times. Sometimes just a piano. And I think I'm Elton John out. Oh, barn owls. I love barn owls. I worked at a wildlife rehab when I first came up here. I got to hand feed bald eagles, deer, little fawns, loons, egrets, every kind of bird imaginable, osprey. It's a great experience. I didn't really like working there though, man. I raised birds for a living for about 5 years. And they didn't know what they were doing. And one day I came in and I told them to turn that damn fan off. And sure as shit, 3 baby blue jays died. And I thought, I don't want to do this anymore. You couldn't tell these people anything. They were total experts. But when you own a wildlife rehab thing, basically anything helps. So even if you're incompetent, it's better than letting them die. Yeah, it's weird. There's a phobia for that, Robin. Being afraid of birds. Hi. Yeah, you read Cat Stevens' comments, man. They caught that. They caught him in Boston Logan Airport one time and made him leave the country. And I remember thinking, God, I hope it's not true, but it was true. They had him in a recorded interview making those comments, and I thought, nah, no way. See you later, man. I mean, I lived in Dearborn. I had great relationships with Muslims. I absolutely loved living there. I still go to a lot of the Middle Eastern restaurants. So it's not like it's a Muslim thing, it's a terrorist thing. Like I said, I wouldn't walk across the street to see that son of a bitch. Oh, that's really interesting, Reby. Wow, tagging them. Yeah, it's super interesting. Well, I get a couple owls around here once in a while. You know, they're hard to see. It's amazing. You know, I hand fed some owls too. It's amazing how big their mouth opens up when you open it up to like force feed them if they've like been laying around and been unable to get food. It's huge. Like you could fit a orange in their mouth. And I'll tell you another thing I learned: that bald eagles, even adult bald eagles, now you got to wear something on your arms because those talons will sink right into your skin. But they don't try to bite you. They make this cooing sound. Sounds like a little baby. You'd think a bald eagle would like be trying to eat your eyes out of your socket. Not at all. They were just like really cool. Made this like cooing sound like a pigeon. Didn't try to bite you. Pet their head. Just so strikingly beautiful. I love pigeons. I love pigeons. They're beautiful, fantastic bird. Pigeon can do so much. Survivors, man. My favorite bird's the starling. Oh, look at this. See, now he'll show you what a kind of kook I am. What an animal nut. Here's a fly outside. There's a fly on the window outside, and I don't want him to freeze to death. It doesn't get any nuttier than that. Pigeons are beautiful. I wouldn't want to do the racing pigeon thing because there's no way I'd want to take a bunch of birds away a couple hundred miles and just let them out and hope for the best. All those miles of perils and windmills and kids with BB guns and cats. No way. Yeah. You know, there's some videos on YouTube where peregrine falcons, you know, they try and eat pigeons. You see a peregrine falcon coming down one of those 200-mile-an-hour dives, and the pigeon just folds his wings up and falls out of nowhere at the last second. You know, fantail pigeon. You want to see a beautiful bird? Look at a golden pheasant, Chinese golden pheasant. It's like, wow. Yeah, doves are cool too. I believe they got a hunting season on doves. Who could shoot doves and enjoy it? Yeah, tumblers, Reby. Yeah, you're exactly right. Tumblers, yep. Yeah, they are, but I tell you, that fly ain't exactly flying around waiting to be swatted. That can't be fun getting caught out there when, you know. I don't even like when they have these weddings and they let these doves go, man. Where do they go? Circle of life, that's exactly it. You notice in Detroit more than anywhere. Yeah, I'm the same way, Shannon, but I still eat meat and fish, and believe me, I got conflicting thoughts. That's like one of your dark, big secrets that you keep in your back of your mind. You don't do anything about it. I mean, I got mixed feelings on it, but I still eat it. Well, I don't know where the ones that I don't know about doves, pigeons do, but it just seems like a human hobby. You're gonna like let these things 200 miles go. It'd be like me letting Daisy go 15 miles away and training her to find her way home. Forget that, man. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. And those distances are a lot longer than that. It takes them like a week to get back sometimes, 1,000 miles away, shit like that. Fuck that. Oh my God, Jake, I would freak out if something like that happened. Yeah, Okie Graham, I'll tell you though, when I go over to Taos in the winter, those bald eagles, they'll fly along the ice, you know, where there's open jams for Lake Huron, and they're looking for a duck swimming in those small areas where there's open water, and they are so beautiful flying. They'll gain some speed and then get down low, just put those wings out and just glide for a half mile, trying to nail a duck while they're coming over that ridge of ice that's built up. It's beautiful. I used to raise these too when I raised birds, plum-headed parakeet. Look up a plum-headed parakeet. Beautiful. That's cool. A lady put on the scoop herself. 10 years old. Yeah, I'll check that out, Mateus. Budapest. I still have a lot of books on birds. Really, a ton of them. Oh, this lady's starting her car now. Taking off? Yeah, keeping an eye on you. Yeah, you're welcome, Mike. No problem. This lady's got a great personality. Not really, man. I mean, I like Eric Clapton a little bit. I don't think I could stand a concert. David Crosby, he's another dirtbag if you ask me. I rank him right up there with Alice Cooper and Kid Rock as far as no talent. Yeah, Shannon, you can send it to my P.O. box. You can send it to Detroit or up here, but might as well send it up here because I check both P.O. boxes, before I go down there. Oh, thanks, Roger. Yeah, I can take it or leave it, honestly, Sean. Yeah, I like Stephen Stills a lot, except he was banging his babysitter and left his wife, so, I mean, human behavior, but Stevie Ray Vaughan, nah, not really. I mean, I ran into his brother at Tunica gambling. Who's his brother? Stevie Ray Vaughan's brother. He plays the guitar and tours too. I can't think of his first name. Hell of a nice guy. He actually gave me tickets to his concert. It was at the Horseshoe. Really good guy. I looked him up. I went to the concert. You know who was there with him? Keith Urban. Ted Nugent sucks. I owned property up next to him one time and ran into him and his bodyguards one time during deer hunting season. I think he's a total dick. But he's been able to... Oh, did you really, Robin? You know, I had a buddy of mine won that Fear Factor when it first came out. It's like the second show. And he won 50 grand, and we went down, spent the whole month at Tunica while he did Texas Hold'em. And I go to the concerts. I go down around the Mississippi and do a lot of photography and Robinsonville and all those places. Yeah, that's who it was. Yeah, that's who it was. It was the Vaughn guy with the Thunderbirds. You're right. He could play the shit out of a guitar too. I met Bob Seger as a teenager. The kid across the street went to Oakland University, and they didn't have dorms there at the time, and the neighbors was Bob Seger and somebody else, and we went over there, and he was just starting to get, this would have been about 71 or 72, and Bob Seger was over there, and there was a couple girls over there, and he was like playing the guitar, and they were laughing, fucking around. It's no big deal. The only reason I remember him is because I can remember the guy telling me he was going to be super famous someday, and Bob Seger, it's pretty easy to remember, but I was never a Bob Seger fan. Actually, him and his family eat at that Big Boy over there. The waitresses know them. You'd think he'd own a place in a big kick-ass nice northern location, but he doesn't. Somewhere not far from here. It's not Traverse City or Petoskey. And I'll tell you who else comes through here a lot. He's friends with the McDonald's owner, actually, that Tim Allen from Home Improvement. I've never seen him, but I know he comes through here. I see Jeff Feiger here a couple times a year, him and his family. I'll tell you something that's kind of interesting. Jeff Feiger leaves a $10 tip every time he's here, which I thought was kind of interesting. Oh, no kidding, Robin. That's interesting. Well, when I moved, I had been living in Chicago. We both were before we went down to Tunica, and Jack Binion at the time owned the Horseshoe, and we got to know him, and he gave us like all sorts of free shit at the Horseshoe. I mean, I wouldn't say I was friends with him, but he really took care of us. I mean, we ate at this. The guy that I went with, Chad Harper's his name. Like I said, he won that Fear Factor, and women. He modeled full time actually. And there are always women coming after this guy. You wouldn't have believed it. If I hadn't hung around with him, I'd have never believed it. But it was basically free everything for the whole month. Got a whole damn month comped. Yeah, Kid Rock. Now, actually, Pat here, Pat knows Rock very well. She knows the whole family. They keep in touch. Pat is friends with Kid Rock. I don't see her back there. Hey, did Pat leave? No. Yeah, she knows Kid Rock really well. She's got pictures on her phone with him and the sisters and stuff. Yeah, that's exactly right, Dad. That's how Pat knows him. Pat's her husband, who's deceased now, was the sales manager. I don't think Richie is his last name, Ritchie. But she just showed me pictures of Kid Rock. They leased a private jet to fly everybody out to California. He seems like a total asshole to me. Yeah, you're right, Mateus. That's exactly. I think isn't it Ritchie? Yeah, Robin, you're exactly Jack Binion. Is he still alive? Because I know they denied his casino license because of mob ties in Indiana. I mean, he looks like Mr. Magoo, like a guy that'd be selling vacuum cleaners. Oh, interesting. Huh. I see somebody sent $10. I got to figure out like who sends what. That's one thing I don't even know where to look for it, to tell you the truth. Tweety, do you know where that's at? And I hope it's categorized, because once the chat's over, I don't even think there's a place where you can put a note on where you want it to go. Yeah, Richie, huh? Yeah, he was always real quiet. He's got a thing for young, good-looking black girls. Robin, do you still do that kind of work now? Under my account setting on that Google Ad Plus? Oh, thank you, Roger. Oh, straight to me, but through what account? Like my bank account or something? Oh, no kidding, Okie Graham. That's interesting. I see, I was looking through something the other day. He's coming to Detroit. Kelly's got her issues, man. I mean, the way I look at it, look, there's a heroin-addicted mother and daughter working the streets. I cut them a lot of slack. If they could have got out of there, they would have. Oh, okay, Blue Malibu. All right. Well, I know it's ending up in an account somewhere, but I'm just wondering where and if it is categorized. That's okay, Sofa King. That's your prerogative. because they're sensitive to the fact that I realize that all my problems with my internet experience are from white people, whether it's fake channels, fake police reports, or nasty, rude comments about the girls. No, it's funny you should say that, Robin, because I caught somebody doing that when I was living in Chicago, and the state of Illinois didn't want to do anything about it. And the reason they said that they didn't is because the person wasn't licensed. I watched this lady dole out medical advice and treat a heart attack victim. Now, if that isn't some kind of crime, what is? Yeah, Tweety. Yep, that's what I'm asking. Yep. Yeah, and all I'm saying is that I realized, after thinking of things, and all the racial sensitivity out there, that 99.9% of my problems are from white people. Sorry. Yeah, I never get that hate from any other ethnic group. I mean, they go to absolute ridiculous extremes. Don't blame me, blame the data. I didn't do it. Oh, thanks, sweetie. Sure seems like it. I don't know why they're like that to me. I know, I got a guess. Robin, I didn't want to interview her. The other one, I kind of blew her off. She's going to tell me how to run my life. So these women get pissed when you don't want to have anything to do with them, or you don't, listen to their advice. Yeah. Fuck him. Like Sofa King, I mean. Shit about, he doesn't like what I said, that's his problem. He'd take the time to go back and really... Oh, Merle Haggard, he seemed like a good guy. Yeah, I just the title of the thing was "Tell us how you really feel," so I let him have it. I gave them a 0 as far as protecting creators and trusting YouTube. I gave them good grades on everything else, like providing a platform, which if it was about race or Jews or handicapped or transgender, that shit would be off there 15 minutes after it was uploaded. When it comes to stuff like mine, it just stays there forever. They don't do anything. Getting out of here today is be a nightmare. Turning left. So, there you have it. Sofa King, you don't know what you're talking about. You seem like a pretty good person up until a few minutes ago. I mean, that's your opinion if you want to unsubscribe, but that's a fact. That's the way it is. And you don't have any idea what you're talking about with regard to the women. You're not down there. You don't know what they buy. So why don't you save us both some problems and hit the road like you said you were gonna. You unsubscribe now. How about just getting lost? No, I don't need to take a break from the internet. For what? Yeah, snow, Michigan, yep. Oh, I've been to every state a million times. Hawaii, Alaska, especially Alaska. Yeah, people are super rude. You got that right, man. But it's interesting how you can kind of size people up through just a chat with someone you've never met in person. Like if you'd asked me a half hour ago, Sofa King, I thought, it was always pretty interesting dialogue and good questions and comments. And, I don't know if it's a guy or a girl, what they liked, didn't like. But gets pissed that I titled my own video what I felt was accurate. So, good riddance. Oh, does it really? Yeah, get rid of that Sofa King then. My mistake. Apologize for that. Somebody was doing that early this morning when I woke up, couldn't sleep. They were doing it full, a fake account. Where's that Ronnie Ben lady, that black lady from Ionia? Somebody tried setting up a fake account with that. Good job, Tweety. Excellent job. You're expert on that. I'm going to pay my property taxes. Yeah, I don't know whether she got pissed off or what. It's possible. I've noticed that, I have an entirely different, group of people, now than I had 10 years ago. Constantly changing. Oh, Robin, man, it's just like crazy. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I just don't put up with that. I wouldn't, they don't need to be ladies working the street. They can be anybody. I mean, you just can't be that rude. As times went on, I've toned down my act a little bit too. I mean, when I first started doing these, it was like I was gonna, be this gonzo real channel with, getting right down to the brass tacks of what people wanted to know. And it was just a little too bold when I some of the women early on. And I don't do that anymore. So I just don't think it's necessary. That's why when I do these interviews, I don't I don't ask about things that I think are going to put them on the spot. I mean, their children are sensitive, and I'm not going to ask them about if they have any sexually transmitted diseases or anything. For what? I mean, it's basically what's life like out where you're out there, and not to humiliate them or make them feel bad. It's not my business. And I can tell sometimes. I just pass over things sometimes. I'm not perfect at it, but if I can think something's sensitive, I move on. But, Denise said that she fully expected that she was going to call me to ask that I take her video down, which I do with everybody. No problem. I've taken Tassies down and put them up and that kind of thing. I mean, I'm not going to be that kind of asshole. Yeah, H-Town, I would, where I go, I'm going to go there after I pay actually, I'll go there first. They have a lot of nice women's clothes and stuff like that. But it's kind of slim pickings, There's a lot of poverty up in these areas now, these rural places. And, the good stuff gets taken pretty early. I mean, if anybody lived in a Birmingham or a Bloomfield or something like that, I'm sure you'd find, I'm assuming this, I might be totally wrong, but quality used winter clothing isn't all that plentiful. That's my experience, You're right, Sherry, that's true. But I just from what I've experienced, I would be reluctant to buy new anything. Now, Donnie bought some new boots for Marguerite, which she has yet to wear because she's in the hospital. That's a little different because my thinking at the time, and I'm sure it had something to do with his choice, was we're getting this crazy record snowstorm, record cold. You can see what kind of shoes Marguerite had. She needed boots ASAP. So I trusted them to a guy that I know is going to give them to her. But normally I don't do that. If I can't verify giving a gift, whether it's cash or shoes or whatever, I don't give it to them. I've still got some stuff in the back now I wasn't able to hand out to Wendy and Lori, and I hate leaving there without doling everything out, but it happens. Honestly, H-Town, be careful on that gift card thing. I hate to say this, but those gift cards get sold for half. It happens. I mean, I don't mind gift cards with food, because even the most addicted heroin addict in the world needs to eat. They don't eat like they would if they weren't on heroin. But I don't know of any examples of anybody selling their food cards. And I really don't know of any example of them selling their brand new clothes, but I know that it goes on. And I'm telling you, man, if you're a heroin addict and you've got a new $80 coat, I can tell you what they're going to do with the money. They're going to buy heroin and sell the coat for $30 to somebody getting gas at the BP or something. So I appreciate your thoughts on that, but I don't want to see anybody get used. Nah, Church's Chicken, Checkers, McDonald's, places like that. I hope this Addie's has gift cards. I don't know if they do or not, but if they do, that'd be a great place to get gift cards. Addie's. I'd be reluctant to give cards that are just like prepaid visas and you can spend them anywhere. Oh, really? Nashville? Yeah, you're probably right. Yep. I really don't. I will know then. I will know by then, Tweety. I don't know. It's hard to say, I mean, nobody could show up. You never know. I mean, the conditions down there don't lend to people being real punctual. So I could be sitting down there eating a fried egg sandwich myself, which is fine. I don't know is the answer. Yeah, I should have went down there and checked that out. I used to go to Ann Arbor all the time. I go by there to see Sherry now. We get dinner. But Ann Arbor is such a pain in the ass traffic-wise. It really is. So I'm going to run in here and pay my taxes. I'll be right back. You guys got any outstanding warrants? That's a prosecutor's office right there. So I'll be right back. That's my girl guarding the van, hon. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl guarding the van, hon. I got that done, so that's good. Good girl, hon. So I'm going to go down and see if I can get some, if there's any clothes. This thrift thing, like I said, it's kind of slim pickings. It's a bitch turning left out of here too. So, I mean, I say it from time to time, but I appreciate, you know, it's great that there's so many people that have a common interest. I mean, you know, I roamed around for my whole damn adult life, going to places like Detroit and really taking photos and stuff like that. I mean, my life is no different now than it has been for like the last 40 years. I mean, doing this, what I do now, is like cost me damn, I shouldn't say it cost me. It really didn't, but girlfriends and, you know, it affected my marriage. You know, I just like this being on the road and doing this stuff. It's weird. That's why if I sell my condo and eventually we'll sell this Florida place, you know, I don't really even want a house, to tell you the truth. I don't like use 20% of my, now that I'm out of antiques and, you know, Victorian furniture and all that stuff. I don't really even need a house. I don't like, you know, I just need, I could get by with just like a room, you know, or a one room place with a shower. Yeah, it's a good question, Audrey. I mean, those people are pretty straight shooters and they're very kind to the women. Let me check that out. You know, on the other hand, it's kind of like, I don't own these places anymore. About ready to turn into a hardcore Christian. I prayed this place is sold, and they finally did. Thank God, both of them. These two buildings right here. Feel like crying, I'm so happy. I even left them, oh, the shades are drawn. I even left them the plastic flowers and the lawnmower. I mean, as I said earlier, if I had my druthers, I would, there would be nothing between me and whatever people wanted to donate. If I could like just wave a magic wand, I would be just doing interviews and people would be dealing with these people themselves and communicating with them. But I realize that's not probably reality, and I'm not complaining. You know, my left turn signal is burned out. And if you think I'm getting out there and changing that, you're crazy. So I went to the place that I get maintenance done on my van. And they can't see me till like Wednesday. So they take forever to like fix anything. The one that I totally redid, that was like a shoe shop. The other one was the original post office. Yeah, they're the two oldest buildings in West Branch. I'm sure when they refurbish those places, they're gonna know that. But they're built like tanks. Really built like tanks. A family bought it for their kid. He's going to open a coffee shop and live in the house. Nice family. They're homeschooled all their kids. They own oil wells up here. And wish the best of luck to that kid. Yeah, sugar daddy at the diner. No, I will do it. I mean, that's kind of fun going to that diner. It's such a welcoming, warm environment. It's McDonald's the same way. I mean, those people the waitresses go out of their way. And I do think next time I'm going to scrutinize my bill a little more. You know, these women load up when I get them buy something there. You know, you see Jamie the other day. They don't have a small Greek salad. She wanted a Greek salad. I mean, you guys would do the same thing. If I was there with like somebody I was dating and they wanted a large Greek salad plus a full meal, I'd say, wait a second now. You're not going to eat all that. But when I'm down there with them, I check my personality on a lot of stuff. Like if it was a regular relationship and when Becky read me the riot act, that wouldn't have went that way. But like I said, it really humbles me in a lot of ways. And if somebody wants to order a Greek salad and they're going to eat it later, I'm fine with it. Tweety, if you come into town, you're not getting the Greek salad and the patty melt at the same time. You're not getting both big, full-fledged dinners at the same time. You're going to get one or the other. Oh, did you really? CT or Revlon? You're not going to get it at the Coney Island. But when I'm with Jamie or somebody like that, yeah, they can go order it. And the funny thing about it is, I think my bill's so high is because when I'm leaving, they want to get a couple, not one, but a couple of hot chocolates to go. Hey, Steve. Hey, you know it, man. You're more generous than I am. What did Stoney do? I didn't see this here. Oh, Nubian. No, you're not. Not there, you're not. I think they do have a steak and eggs. Oh, yeah, I wish you had stopped and got her phone number for me. You better believe I would, man. No, they can get what they want, but they're not getting two full-blown entrees. You've got to be a working girl to order double full-blown entrees. It's the perils of not working the streets. You can only order one meal. It's not bad out here today. You can see it's melting. I think it's like 34. Yeah, that was one of the charges. Yeah, it was. But she gets stuff to go. I think where they nail me is on the drinks. These women want to get double hot chocolates to go. I don't blame them. That's all right, Steve. I'll cook you the shrimp at my house. I did that last night. Oh, Stoney. Okay, congratulations. Good for you. I bet it's more than that there. It's Albanians that own that place. You kidding me? They probably make more on hot chocolate than anything. Their breakfasts are actually a deal. I never had chapped lips my whole life until I think about 4 days ago. So, I'm meeting Sherry for dinner as I'm cutting through Ann Arbor going home. I thought I better get some for these like chapped lips. It's dry. I got the heat on all the time. Whatever. Don't drink water. You name it. Well, the only thing close to that Barnes & Noble where I went in and looked at books was a Whole Foods. And I thought, I am really going to get bent over here by some natural bullshit, but I need some chapstick. And if you saw the traffic around that area at that time, I mean, they could have charged me $30 for a tube of chapstick, and I'd have bought it. So I'm there early. I go over to Whole Foods, and they got honey chapstick, natural tree bark chapstick. I mean, all this bullshit kind of chapsticks. But of course, the price isn't on any of them because, particularly in a place like Ann Arbor, they don't give a shit what it costs. They just want it to be like chemical free and all this bullshit. So I pick out a chapstick, there's a million variations of it. And I go in the line and I'm thinking, I know I'm going to get bent over on this chapstick. But I knew it was coming, so it was my own fault. But I wasn't in the shopping mode. Guess what that Whole Food charged for this little bullshit lipstick tube thing of chapstick? It's all natural bullshit. How much you think they charged me for a tube of chapstick? Look at this lady exercising outside. She must be getting divorced and getting into the dating world. Because usually women that own age, they don't give a shit about getting in shape. No way. No, H-Town, no. It wasn't anywhere near that. Believe it or not. Although it wouldn't have shocked me. 8 1/4. 8 1/4. responds that, yeah, Mike, Steve, no, it's not crazy. 8.25. I still got it now. I hate using chapstick. I'm going to have to ask May how to put it on properly. I know. Whole Foods. Boy, that guy right there with the cart, he's been working here a long time. Yeah, I know, Sandy. That's what I thought. I knew I was going to get it, though, and it actually kind of felt good because when I knew in that Whole Foods, I was going to get, I knew they were going to really stick it to me. Oh, thank you, Sherry. I don't know whether I got anybody out there. I think I got arthritis or goddamn fibromyalgia bullshit. I hope not. But I got something, man. I'm just like tired all the time. Can't get shit done. I hope it's not age, because if it's age, man, I'm going to be fucked on doing these goddamn trips for like another 10 years like I'm hoping. I mean, I'm real like achy. I haven't worked out like in 2.5 months because my shoulders were sore. You got to be kidding me, Sherry. Wow. Well, if anybody could use chapstick, I mean, no pun intended, you got to believe that Rebecca's got to be the number one choice. That's the thing that I wonder about. I don't know if it's depression. I don't know what the hell it is. I've got insurance, but it's like a $5,000 deductible. And, I had better insurance 3 years ago. It's like once you paid $1,000, you were home free. And I went everywhere, man. Cleveland Clinic, Ann Arbor. So you would think that I know better than to go to all these places and try and figure this shit out because I've done it before. That's what got me in the nut house last time. But I'm thinking now, and I'm not downplaying being crazy, but I kind of feel like the same way I did then. But I don't have any reason to be depressed now. None. I know it's not rational and you can't pick and choose the days you want to be depressed, but I don't think I'm depressed. But I sure don't feel very good, I'll tell you that. Feel tired, joints hurt, sore, sleep's like... I know I don't have sleep apnea, but I think I may have other sleep disorder that keeps me from getting deep sleep. I got to start working out again, but I'll tell you, I don't feel like it. Yeah, I hope I don't have that goddamn chronic fatigue bullshit. I got books on it and stuff. I hope I don't have it. Yeah, I'm thinking about that, Jake. Methotrexate. I thought about doing that. Yep, methotrexate. I could get my buddy to give me a blood test and all that shit, but I felt like similar to this a year ago. Not quite this bad. And everything comes back great. Cholesterol, it's like, great, man. These tests are full of shit, man. I got something like bothering me. I'm trying to like psych myself out of it. I bought these books on placebos and stuff. I think if you're like really mentally strong in some ways, you can like not. I think part of my personality just allows me to dwell on this stupid shit rather than like, put it in the back burner. Like when I'm down there in Detroit and I'm out doing shit and talking to girls, I'm not thinking about this. But when I like get home and I'm thinking, God damn, I feel like shit, Yeah, you're right. And I was really into that my whole life. I thought it was allergies in the summer. Well, it's not allergies now. It's been colder than a bitch for a month. Just achy. No, I'll take medicine. I'll tell you, I've tried that, which makes me think it's not arthritis. Because I've tried Tylenol, I've tried Advil, Aleve, all that bullshit. None of it even puts a dent into this. Yeah, it could be, it could be. I don't know what the hell. I mean, I think I have depression, but honestly, if I could get rid of this physical stuff, I think I feel fine, even before. Yeah, I do like the stroll. That's true. When I'm down there, I'm not thinking about this bullshit. Those are 12 and 13-hour days down there, no problem. Yeah, I took some vitamin D last night, and I also took some iron because I'm like cold all the time. Chilly. I hope it's not getting older. God damn it. Man, I am fucked if that's the case. If it's getting older, man, I hope I die in my sleep tonight. Yeah, I eat healthy too. I really do. I do. Yeah, if it's depression, man, I'm gonna probably start taking these antidepressants again. I was blaming my joint soreness on this damn Remeron. I think I'm gonna take a half of one of those tonight and just see if it makes any difference. Yeah, that's how it is, Jessica. And it's not because of anything. It could be depression. You'd think I'd have figured this out after all these years, but I keep thinking it's something different. And that's also what just led me on an endless journey of doctor's appointments before I moved back to Michigan, and even I had them then. I mean, that's why I went on that Enbrel and Humira. I mean, it seems like I'm a hypochondriac. Maybe I am, but believe me, I don't want to be. No, little junkie, what'd you say? Yeah, golden years. You're right, Steve. I did. Yeah, I did, man. I felt like shit. I'll be 64 in January. I'm fine financially. Uh, I got like a lot of stuff, but man, I notice it's costing me like reading and doing things. So I'm tired. Yeah, I got a new antidepressant, seemed to work pretty good, but I was like chalking that off to me being like tired. What I know now for sure is that antidepressant and that Remeron, which is an antidepressant, but I used it for sleep, that's not the cause of my joint soreness. It's some other shit. God damn, I hope it's not getting older. Holy shit. Yeah, I think I have ADHD. I had a psychiatrist tell me that a few years ago. Wish they'd have told me that sooner, although I don't think it'd have changed much. Definitely problems with depression. It probably is, Jam, but there was a while there I don't think I'd have slept a wink without Remeron. Now I have my thyroid checked a million times. Yeah, Adderall's hard to get. My insurance won't pay for it. I think that would help, though. I think you're exactly right. Used to be I could drink like an extra coffee, but not anymore. Yeah, I do. I just don't feel that great. I mean, my whole day is like take it or leave it. Oh, you think so, Sandy? Yeah, but that Remeron, everybody acts like, you're just going to take Remeron and turn into a obese person in a week. As long as you watch your calories. I mean, I can give you a couple examples on Remeron. There have been a couple times. It does stimulate your appetite, but I'm careful about it, right? But there have been a couple of times, I'm not shitting you, where I've got up like I did last night at 4 in the morning, went down and cooked a spaghetti dinner. It doesn't get any nuttier than that. Cheese, everything. And when I'm not on that Remeron, I don't do that. I might go down, eat a couple peanuts or take a swig of carrot juice. But I'm not making full-blown 2,500 calorie dinners. Oh, okay, Sherry. Yeah, I think I got that ADHD. That's why my interviews and stuff fit in perfect to my personality. Spur of the moment, on the go. If I had to like plan my days down there, it's like I don't think I'd do it. No, they don't. They don't make me nauseated, no. Sherry, did you eat the rest of those barbecued ribs? I'll tell you, that was great food. I still have to upload a picture on that. That was absolutely excellent barbecue. For anybody that's out near Ann Arbor, I would place that. That could be the best barbecue I've ever eaten in my life. Satchels. Satchels. Pretty sure that's it. Ann Arbor, Michigan. Washington Avenue. The sides were great. The cornbread was great. The ribs were great. Price was reasonable. Lots of parking. Yeah, Stoney, I believe it. I couldn't get that Adderall, even the generic version. There's another medication similar to that. Foam rollers? No. Oh, really, Sandy? Yeah, I do. I think I do have that ADHD. Wish the hell I didn't, I'll tell you that. Wow, Jim, congratulations. Yeah, if you're on, you can become what's called dual eligible on Medicaid. No deductibles for even the most expensive medicine in the world. Now I'm going to be able to get that Medicare. I don't know when. What is it, 65 or something? Oh, wow, Stoney. Well, yeah, I got my blood pressure's kind of high. No, what is it? What is little junkie? What is she asking me? Did somebody tell me that? I'm gonna stare at it right now until I answer it. Yeah, Tylenol doesn't do shit. I have better luck with. Oh, is it Little Sherry? I have better luck with. I try that Vivance or whatever, how you ever pronounce it. It didn't do shit. No, you're right, Deb. Yeah, that's it. What is this little junkie asking me? Because I'm not blowing her off. I just don't see it. Oh, thank you, Danny. No, no, no. Say it again. I'm watching. I won't look out the window. I won't look out the window till I answer it. Yeah, I did that CPAP thing. I don't have that. Oh, the keto diet? Yeah, what is that? What do you got to do on there? What do you got to do on that? I hope it's not like a bunch of hoops to jump through. Oh, cool, Stony. Oh, helps with concentration. God, I need that. I pretty much do, Tweety. I try to. Yeah, it's good, Jen. I'm glad for it. I hope to be there someday. I got medical insurance. It's too damn expensive to use it. Oh, all protein? Yeah, my insurance sucks. I wish I wouldn't have to take some goddamn stimulant just to live a normal life. I mean, here I haven't even smoked marijuana and I'm taking this shit. Oh, Reby, really? I read an article one time that people in ketosis have bad breath all the time. No, I'm gonna go home and watch this. I'm gonna write this stuff down. Really, Larry? Inattentive type. Fuck, I got that. Oh, really, Larry? No, I'm pretty good about that, Nicole. Yeah, I don't like the smell of it. Yeah. I mean, the only person to complain about horrible breath is probably Daisy. Yeah. Tiger Bomb? Okay. No, I normally don't eat too much of that. No fruits. What? Oh, Nubian. Yeah, I think that's true. There were a couple girls in the health club that I went to when I was living in Chicago, and they uh, had the worst breath, and they were always like skin and bones, trying to lose every little bit of fat. And that's where I found out about that ketosis. Only berry fruit. Okay. Huh. Oh, berries? Holy fucking shit, man. I'm gonna need to hire somebody to watch me what I eat. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Free Spirit. Appreciate it. I never try it, no. Yeah, Jessica, and you may be right on that, you know. Oh, no bananas? You shitting me? I don't really like them, but I ate them because I thought they would help me. Oh, Tiger Balm? Actually, I can use that Penetrex, but it does help my joints, but it doesn't. There's a lady waving to her little baby she just put in a car seat. It's kind of cute. Oh, yeah, Tiger Balm. I'm more concerned about the fatigue than I am the soreness, you know? Yeah, Jen, I believe that. Yeah, they are. It is full of sugar, but it's natural sugar, not refined, which I thought was the big issue. No watermelon. Holy shit. Why don't I just wire my mouth shut? I do eat fish, yep. All sugars are out, even natural? Because I always thought that, even on those Weight Watchers, they tell you can eat as many fruits and vegetables as you want. I don't think it is lazy. I think natural sugar is different than refined. It's processed differently, and the insulin release is different. No, Courtney, no. Yeah, it could be anxiety. You're right about that. Yep, that'll wear you out. Oh, really, Nubian, huh? Huh. What do you guys want me to do? Just go buy a bag of birdseed? Take out the whole kernels or something? Wow, little junkie. Wow. You know what I mean, Pip? I'll just go out and, have a contractor build me like a giant thing a bird stands on when he's eating. And I'll just eat with the birds I feed. Yeah, I should meditate. I'm just not the kind of guy, I don't think. I just feel like Richard Simmons when I'm meditating. It's my manhood getting in the way. No, I know swimming. I can't swim for shit. I was always into weightlifting. These people right here are like big time religious people around town. They're the people on the corners handing out little pamphlets. They have like 100 kids. Yeah, type 2. Well, it's manageable though, Be glad you don't have type 1. Yeah, ginseng. Maybe I'll try that. Daisy's sleeping. You sleeping, hon? You tired today, honey? I don't know if you could reverse it, but you could really minimize it, little junkie. Yeah, you should, Jen. That I know that I think Medicaid and Medicare both pay for that now. You should definitely get it. Hey, Kelly, how you doing? Yeah, I'll check into those. Yep. I'm gonna go in there and look, see if like JA wanted some boots for Gerald, and some women's stuff if they're having it. Oh wow, little junkie, great for you. Good. That's another thing I think about too when I'm working down there. Here you got women down there on heroin, using crack, just smoking the shit out of it every day, all day for years, walking out in bad conditions, subjecting themselves to God knows what kind of viruses and bacteria, no nutrition, sleeping in abandoned homes. And here I am worried about feeling a little tired, not being able to read a book. I mean, I don't know how a human body does what their body does. Kit Kat, I'll be down to Detroit in probably about a week. I think it might be a little longer than this. I would say a week from this weekend I'll be down there. I hate going shopping too, to tell you the truth. I don't mind doing this because it doesn't take long. But see, I know my sleep's messed up because I shouldn't be getting up at 4 in the morning and getting on the internet for an hour. I mean, it's just not normal. Yeah, I wish mine was an amazing machine. That's a problem. It's not. Yeah, Jen, you can get that fixed. I get it, I'll tell you, if I weighed 286 and I could get it paid for. There's a lot of factors. It's just like the working women in Detroit. There's a lot of factors that get you to that position. And, there's a lot of tools and resources you can use to get you out of it. And I think you should do it. I mean, you get a lot of support here. Oh, really, Kelly? Yeah, Kiana, I tried the Depression Channel. Here's the thing with the Depression Channel. It'd be fun to go on there and talk about things. And that did happen, but it's one thing, we cover a variety of subjects in a typical chat. And first of all, you're limited by the subject matter, which is fine, but it's hard to keep a chat going for like a long, interesting time about people's depression. If anything, including myself, you go on to a chat or fool around YouTube because you want to have fun and clicking around, asking different shit, blocking, banning, it's stimulating in a way. It's fun, you're interacting with people all over the world. If you don't have that, it's hard to like stick to it. Yeah, sorry about that, little junkie. Isn't that weird, Kelly? Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right, Daisy, yep. Except she doesn't, I don't think Daisy has a capacity to realize that she's got a good life. She is a good dog, though, I'll tell you that. Oh, congratulations, Tony. Good for you. Oh, she does realize she's happy, like, I think, but it's not like a long-term event. Pretty much, Kelly. Yeah. She's a good girl. Her winter coat's growing in. Yeah, Ezra, it's because I realized in looking over my channel and looking like at what like really made my channel and what really has tried to hurt it. It's basically 99.9% of whites. really go out of their way to make rude comments, file false police reports on me, just total lunatics. And it's really the blacks that have really made my channel take off. So I wanted to put that out there just for these racists out there because I knew it would piss them off. And sure enough, it did. But I can say it because I'm white. Where you get into trouble is when you're not a race and you're criticizing another. But 99.9% of my problems with my internet experience are from white people. Sorry, that's the way it is. Yeah, I'll post that. I took it out of here because I didn't want to get it wet. I'm going to ship it to Sandy. I'll give you the name. You can get it really cheap. I found the most reasonable books uh, are on eBay. Amazon, if you're not that Prime. I had that Prime. You end up ordering all sorts of shit because the shipping's free. I don't want Prime. They're books, but you can really get a lot of good books, free shipping, for like $4 and $5 all day long on eBay. And that's where I get most of my drug books. But I've talked about this before, and I think it'll be good for Sandy. Sandy has a connection to somebody that's a heroin addict that I visit, that she donated to, blah, blah, blah. But my point is, when you learn about heroin, and I looped heroin in with everything else, marijuana, coke, all this shit. But when you really understand heroin addiction, and I'm not saying I do, but I know a hell of a lot more about it than I did before I did these interviews. Really, in these interviews this year, not last year, I didn't have the faintest fucking idea what heroin did and the consequences, like when Angel died. But I do now, and it's thankfully because of reading books like this. And you will look at Rebecca and Jamie and Ebony and everybody else much differently when you understand heroin addiction. It's like heroin, and then 1,000 miles south of that are the other drugs. I'm telling you, man, there's nothing worse. Yeah, Constance, we can do that. Yeah, Kian, true. Yeah, it's these crazy people, man. I never realized the hate out there that people, it just pisses some people off so bad in their twisted minds. They actually think that I'm just funding drug use with working women in Detroit, and that I'm like evil and they're evil, and that we should all be eliminated off this earth. They really feel that way. Yep, that's it, Ellie. No, excellent book, and it's easy reading. And they go through all the things on Vivitrol and Suboxone and all that stuff, which is really kind of cool. And I was just like more naive about it, Suboxone. I thought, oh, it's great, and it does take the middleman out of it, but there's people addicted to that. I mean, it's such a powerful addiction that, you're basically kind of trading addictions, although the Suboxone makes it manageable. Yeah, I think I'm independent. Oh, okay, Larry. Yeah, Larry, you seem like a pretty sharp guy. You add a lot of good insight. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, Karen, that's exactly it. They're alive. You're right. Stony funding like what? What's that? Donnie's a good guy too. Donnie drove his ass off trying to track me down for those boots for Marguerite. Good guy. Donnie, how come you're not up here shooting these deer opening day? Yeah, probiotics, gut bacteria is very complicated. It's not one size fits all. And I just can't believe that you can go in and get some of the better probiotics like you would at Whole Foods and be lucky enough to pick the right one right away. See, Tori, my buddy who's an osteopath, good guy, really caring, good guy. Patients love him. He's not into that kratom at all. He says stay away from it. Oh, really, Donnie? Oh, wow. Yeah, Nicole, I agree with that. Oh, okay, Terry. Good. Oh, really, MA? That's interesting. Huh. Yeah, you can still send them, Tracy, but be careful about it. You know, you want to make sure that they go for what you're, you know. So I'll see if they have anything good here today. Wednesday is my best day, though. It's 30% off. No dogs. If I get another couch, gonna be some place like this. You know, I had all like really good antique furniture, but like, see, like these couches, $40. They're all cleaned and stuff before they sell them. Look at this, $35. I mean, you can buy like decent stuff here, and you don't give a shit about it. You know, if Daisy decides to crap on the top of it, it's not the end of the world. I don't want to have anything. That's why I drive this Astrovan. I don't want to have anything I got to worry about or wax or worry about door dings. Fuck that. I want to like be able to use this stuff. I used to be the biggest fanatic in the world about organization in my car, if you can believe it. You'd never believe it looking at my Astrovan, but there was a time in my life if that Astrovan got a stone chip in it, I'd be having a heart attack. Now I just want to fight for my right to party. See, so I'll go to the close. Yeah, low maintenance, that's what I want. Yep. They got sporting goods stuff here, everything. Lamps. This is a nice place. Books. Yeah, it's really, really great place. I like it. Jewelry. This is where I'm going to buy Becky's ring when we marry. And you guys can laugh, but she's going to get a white dress. A lot of Amish and stuff come up here. See, here's men's. Excuse me. See, all the women. See, really, no men's jackets, really. None good. This guy is bullshit. They got everything here. Kitchen things. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. See, here's see, you look at women's jackets. This is where I got a bunch of stuff last time. Like, these are alright, but like not really heavy duty shit. That's what I'm looking for. $7 for this. $7, but these aren't like warm like I'm looking for. I'm not complaining, but I want to get like good ones, and I want to get them on a Wednesday. See, women's jackets. You guys see anything you like? Let me know. I'll buy it for you. Oh yeah, anybody, you see any of these jackets you want? Anybody looking for anything out there? Like, I'll look for you right now. I mean, they got some nice things here. Plus on Wednesday I get 30% off. Look at this nice women's jacket. $15 for this one. but even if it's full price, a good deal. If I see like a good jacket, I'm not going to be waiting until Wednesday. Do you, Sherry? Yeah. So there's some pretty nice ones. I think this one's a cheap-ass jacket, though. I want some jackets. See, the men's are all gone. A lot of vests. I handed out a lot of those last time. And the long underwear and stuff, like, forget it. That's long gone. This is all, like, fabrics, kids stuff. Look at the cute little kids t-shirts. How much are these kids t-shirts? Just kind of curious. $3. $3 for kids t-shirts. Cute little t-shirts. Look at mommy.
In life, it is often the smallest gestures that create the biggest difference. I believe a simple thing.
I'm only a morning
Hi, I'm Dave Raymond.
person on Friday.
Colonial National Bank.
No, the prices are like crazy insane. If you guys see something I'm doing, here's going to be Becky's dress. Told you I was getting white. Let me see how much this baby's going to set me back. You guys coming to the wedding? Let's see how much. $45 for a wedding. God, we could use that money for heroin. Yeah, make sure you take that part out of my live today and make a video out of it. Oh yeah, she looked good in this one. Look at this, Tweety. Wow, that's right. I would really like to see Tassie find happiness too. I'd buy her this wedding dress. Nice dresses. Dress pants. So anybody looking for a cheap sweater or something, I'll get it for you. This is all the electronics. The electronic stuff I'm not big on. It's usually something you think you'd find in the Smithsonian. You know, just a bunch of junk. I'll pick out the bridesmaids. Skirts. Look at all the skirts. So I'm going to start cross-dressing. I'm going to be in heaven. No, it's true one. That is exactly true. You know, it's funny in these books that I've read, and I haven't read them all, animal cruelty stops with me. This is a extra double X large. Wow. Looks like I found Catherine a birthday present. I'm thinking $45 for a wedding dress. That's 4.5 hits of heroin. I got to think prudently here. It may be too big now, but I'll make sure after we're married for a year she can try it on. I guarantee it'll fit then. I'll wear one. Yep. This is all cookware. Look at this. Books on clothing. Different kind of fabrics. Economy clothes. Whole place is cheap. You know, when you got Amish looking for clothes, it's a deal. Crayons. I know, Karen. I know it. You guys see anything that catches your eye here, let me know. I'll buy it for you. Look at these hunting jackets. This is what I'm gonna get Jim. He's kind of like a blue collar, like hunter guy. Gonna be his tux. I want to make sure everybody's comfortable at the wedding and they're not dressed out of their normal routine. Yeah, you know, honestly, I mean, I'm not an expert on women's jackets, but I don't see any that are like super warm. You know what I mean? And I mean, I don't see any good enough to buy now without a discount. So I'll come in here on Wednesday and I'll clean them out. See, like this stuff. I mean, I see like okay, you know, I'm not knocking it, but like Kmart winter jackets. That's different than like a LL Bean. I'd rather pay 15 for an ass kicker. Like here's a good one, maybe. It looks like Spirit. Is that good women's clothing? If I saw a really good one, I would buy it for her. You guys, I don't know anything about women's clothing. I told you I wasn't a cross-dresser. So if you see any of these jackets that really look good, that'd be warm, let me know. But none of them look like quality to me. Okay, I'm going to go through the women's jackets slowly. I mean, this looks like it'd be warm, but this would be like warm inside. Columbia, okay. Larry, you into cross-dressing? Get you a nice women's coat. Well, I hate to say this, guys, but 5% battery power. You know what that means. This thing's going to be turning off any second. But I will be on later today. In a way, I'm glad the battery wears out because I hate shutting it off when we're having a nice conversation. Women's panties, yeah, I already got them for you, Brad. I think medium. Is that what you said?
Oh boy.
Yeah, you guys have a good day as well. I'm going to take my time now, look it over. Oh, they're playing Elton John in the background. Tiny Dancer. That was Almost Famous, I think, which was really a tearjerker. Yeah, thanks, Nubian. Appreciate it. It's good. Yeah, thank you. I'm going to go put this in, charge my phone up. Yeah, a lot of good deals here, that's for sure. Yep. Exercise equipment, skis, tables. Oh, look at this. How much is this goddamn thing? Look at this big, nice couch. I wouldn't want a cloth couch. Oh, here we go. 75 bucks. Tiny Dancer. So, okay, I'll be on later, you guys. Get on my home one. Never shuts off. That is a great song, though, Tiny Dancer. I always add Tiny Topless Dancer to it.